So I did this look. I literally have no words. I love this look. I tried out a couple products. I have a lot of my favorites in here. So I have like I knew some of these things are gonna like guarantee to be like beautiful and flawless, but I tried out the Viseart Praline Étendu Palette. So beautiful. And I have another Viseart palette to try out. They relaunched these. So I'm really trying these out, but I have this, and then I will be using the Lilas Lumiere Étendu palette in my next tutorial. But I just love like the more true neutral, slightly warm shades here. It's just stunning. Like these eyes are breathtaking. And of course, Viseart palette's qualities are like beautiful, and you'll see kind of how I feel as I try out each shade. But I tried a new setting powder and it's like amazing and I'm in love. But if you want to see how I did this look, just keep on watching. I am back home. It was a really nice beach trip. I didn't film nearly as much as I wanted to, but it's fine. The whole point of me going was to relax, but we'll just go ahead and get started. It's like a nice gloomy day outside. It's just, I just want to snuggle up and just play with makeup. And oh gosh, it's been so long since I've done like a full-on makeup look. So I'm just gonna go out. I don't have plans to go out today. Honestly, I don't want to go out today. I kind of wanted to stay snuggled in, but why not look all pretty and do that? But got my son down for his nap. Just gonna play with some makeup because I have a really exciting like new find. I have some of the re-released eyeshadow palettes from Viseart. Sorry, my brain is still like trying to function, but I'm going ahead and starting, sorry, my brain is still all over the place. Okay, I started off with the Dior foundation. This is the Dior Forever like matte foundation. Yeah, and this is in the shade 2WO. I love this foundation. It's beautiful. I wish I had found out about this sooner. It dries down so beautifully, and typically I wear sunscreen under my makeup, so I don't really get like a full on like matte finish that I typically like would get before. But I changed up my SPF today and I'm kind of testing it out before I give like any final thoughts to see how it looks under makeup, because summer's coming and I do want my makeup to last a little better, because I do plan on traveling quite a bit this summer and I'll be outdoors a lot, so I don't want to look glamorous for all of it. But using my F4 brush to blend all this out. And oh gosh, yeah, my skin looks super tired. I did not sleep well last night at all. I think like some days I have so much trouble just falling asleep, and I think last night I was up till about 5, which is really bad when you're trying to recover from a concussion. But I was able to like lay in bed for a little while today, but I will be calling it an early night today for sure. But see, this foundation is just so beautiful. It looks a bit warmer than me right now, which is kind of surprising because I got a little bit of a tan on my trip. Like during the day, like till about 3 p.m., I will have my SPF on. But I think like if we went out for dinner or something, which was like every day, I would just remove my makeup and just put on like a fresh layer of like foundation on, just because my face would kind of be greasy after all that buildup. But yeah, for like the second half of the day, I would have like no sun protection, but it was like, you know, the sun started to set, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. But now I'm taking my Kiko Milano Sculpting Touch Creamy Stick Contour. This is like my favorite, more affordable like contour bronzing product. I'm trying to get it on the brush, but I don't think it's soft enough, so I'm gonna just do perimeters of my face and sides of my nose. I love this product. It's similar to the Makeup by Mario, the sculpting stick, and that one I do love. But I was looking for like a more affordable alternative, and this one's pretty close. The finish is a little bit different. This one has like more of a natural finish, and the Makeup by Mario has like a true matte powdery finish, which I absolutely love. I love like matte finish any like cream products. I think they're very impressive as a product. But see, this just blends in so beautifully, and it's like nice and cooler toned. So it just works so well as a bronzer and contour. I don't know if this is a bronzer or a contour. It says creamy stick contour, but it's not like completely grayed out. There's so many contours that are really, really gray, and I did try a couple of those out and it just doesn't work for me. So this is like the perfect tone. And in the Makeup by Mario one, I used the shade light medium. That one is also perfect, but I think this one is ever so slightly cooler toned. But see, helps me bring back some dimension. I'm gonna take whatever excess I have on my brush. No, I need more. I'm gonna put just a little bit on my jaw right here. Because anytime you use any mattifying products, it's gonna take away some dimension. So you just wanna put some products on to bring that back. So the higher coverage matte products you use, you'll need to build back a little bit more dimension. But I mean, this is so beautiful. I've been using like a different one recently, but I find that like, especially like during the trip, anytime I used it, it was very, I don't know, it felt like it wouldn't, like, I'd just be a little bit more greasier than I look, but I also didn't set anything with powder, so it's kind of like my bad. But I absolutely love this one. And I think I'm gonna just use this for a little while now. Okay, I normally go in with a cream blush. Let me see. I didn't have a cream blush that I don't think will go with this baked blush that I have, but I think I might actually use my lipstick that I chose as my cream blush. That's honestly why I'm not really too pressed on buying a lot of cream blushes. A lot of times I just use a lipstick and it's fine. I just have to make sure it's nothing like a glossy finish lipstick. Otherwise it's gonna like kind of break up my makeup underneath. But honestly, a nice matte finish lipstick works really well, and especially like the one that I'm probably gonna use in a little bit. That one's gonna work really well. But I'm using my Hourglass foundation. I think this is the Traceless. This is a Vanish concealer. And did I say foundation? Okay, this is the Hourglass Traceless. No, Vanish concealer. I'm mixing this up with Tom Ford. But I use the shade Oat, and it's a nice warm tone, so it's gonna be brightening and it brings more dimension to my face. And I just use a little to brighten up. I do need a bit of coverage right now because my eye bags are kind of crazy. But I'm taking my excess and kind of putting it under my brows and spreading it on the lid. But I don't want to put any extra product on my eyelid today. But this is a full coverage concealer. So you really don't need to do much. I put just a little bit on and it's blending out really nicely. But I like to do my cream products first. So I got this concealer going and prepping my eyelids at the same time. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I love this concealer so much. I thought about trying the Natasha Denona concealer, but I didn't think there was a need to because I don't like having too many cream products open. Like my professional kit's a different story. I can like, I take things out very sanitary, like I put everything on a palette and everything. So, but for my personal stuff, I just put straight on my face and I don't want to have too many products open. So I do have quite a bit of concealers open. So I don't want to. Once I finish up a couple, like maybe 2 concealers, I'll try the Natasha Denona one out. But there we go. I think I do want to do my cream blush with the lipstick, but this is the Pat McGrath Labs Matte Trans Lipstick in 1995. This has such a beautiful, like, powdery formula. It's, let me just, like, it's so pigmented, and I don't think this is, like, heavy enough to actually move my makeup underneath, but I'll just dab to make sure everything's good. But I'm also trying out these brushes I got from Amazon. I think I got like 3 of these for like $10, and I'm liking this. The same concealer, like, so I got 3. There's like a bigger foundation one I haven't tried yet. This I'm using for my blush, and this for my concealer I've been using and I've been loving. I got these 3 brushes for like $10. I haven't tried the foundation brush yet, but once I do, I will share my final thoughts. I probably should have done this on the back of my hand. It's okay. Oh my gosh, that's actually really pretty. Yeah, I think the matte trans lipsticks from Pat McGrath are perfect to use for like a cream blush because these are just, has such a beautiful powdery finish. And this way you kind of know it's gonna work with your lip combo. Hopefully I still end up using this later because a lot of times I change my mind. Look how pretty that is. But yeah, so that's a hack. If you don't own very many powder or cream blushes, just use a nice matte lipstick, because if you use like something that's glossy or anything, it's gonna break. It's gonna break apart. That's really pretty. I will probably put on more. Let's just put on more. I love blush, so I'm just gonna pack it on. I always focus my blush from like where my eye is right here, like my iris, and outward. And then I go all the way up to my temple in the corner of my eye. But I absolutely love just a lot of blush. So pretty. And look, I mean, you know, I didn't need to put that much lipstick on the back of my hand for this, but it's just so beautiful. But I really do like this brush. I'll have to find the link, but I'll test out the foundation one in my next video, and you guys can kind of see how these 3 brushes work out. I'm going to try a new setting powder today. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus loose setting powder. I don't know why there's powder on here, because I haven't opened this yet, and this is a clean sponge. So let's see. I have tried the Wet n Wild, I need tweezers. I have tried the Wet n Wild like another setting powder, but I got that as like a holiday set. Sorry, I don't want to be like annoying. I got that part of a holiday set. We're doing the holiday time, so it's like themed and everything, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know how it's gonna be like compared to something that you guys can like check out and buy right now. So I just went ahead and picked this up, and I grabbed the shade. This is the loose setting powder in translucent. Surprise, surprise. Okay, let me just rip this off. Sorry. I don't know why I stuck it on the lid there. Okay, but I like that this is a bigger container. Okay, so the Morphe one, I like the Morphe setting powder a lot. But the packaging, anytime I shake it out, there's so much product comes out for like a little bit of shaking, and I went pretty hard here. See, this is what I want. Like, I don't want too much product coming out at once, and it's just kind of crazy to me. And then it's also small. When I'm putting in my sponge, it was really annoying trying to get the product out. But I'm taking a bit on the sponge, tapping it right here to get the excess off, and then tapping it in the lid to get any crazy excess off. Like, I don't like to waste product. So you put it in the cap, you're gonna go back to it. If you put it on your hand, you're kind of just using the product on the back of your hand. But go ahead, let's see. I don't think this is gonna be that different from the other setting powder I tried. Pretty much the same, but it's really nice. I think the shade might be a little warmer. I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison and like hold these next to each other, but look. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And I think this one was like $6. I would keep forgetting to pick this up, and I was at Walmart, and at my local Walmart, and I haven't been there in like a little while. I think I went just to pick up my prescription, but they're like, you have to wait 20 minutes. So I was waiting, and I was like browsing in the makeup aisle, and I was like, wait, let me just grab this. And there was someone working like right there, and I was like, thank goodness. And she helped me out. She was super sweet. Okay, I love this. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Is this different from the other one I tried? This is gorgeous. This is a true translucent. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and set. Oh, it's fine. This is my husband's sweater. Half of the time I wear his clothes. I'm just gonna get whatever I can right here. Sorry, this is gonna be a little chaotic, but I'm gonna go ahead and set like the center of my face and where I don't want shine. Let's see. Oh, so pretty. Completely mattified me out, and this really feel like it set my makeup. I noticed with the Morphe one, my under eyes get a little dry, so I'll test this out. I'll put somewhere on the screen here to give you my thoughts, see if it dried my under eyes out. I'm gonna go ahead and use my powder products, and this is the Haus Labs bronzer. I really do love this one. This is in light medium Terra. I wanted to pick up another shade, but I went back to another Sephora and they didn't have the testers out, so I wanted to use a tester first before I picked up another one because this one I got after swatching it and I fell in love. But I really love this bronzer and I wish I tried this sooner. Okay. I always, again, see, I just tap it right on the mirror because it's not like I use these mirrors anyways. And I'll just place my bronzer pretty much where I put that cream contour and a little bit more inwards to my face. I really just like warm everything up. I am trying a new brush here. This one's from Japanesque. I don't know what this is called. But I kind of liked when I traveled, like how this Makeup by Mario brush was kind of like, you know, dual-ended, even though I don't like these at home because I like to put everything in like a container. But I think on the go, I think a nice duo-ended brush would be fantastic, especially for travel. So it's just less brushes overall. And in my makeup case, I don't have to worry about like one end being at the bottom. So, oh, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna take just a little bit on like the side of the brush right here and get the sides of my nose. And this will help kind of like blend in all of the lines I have here. Just warm everything up, make everything look cohesive. Look how gorgeous. A little bit on my chin. Okay. For my blush, I chose this one. It's a baked blush. It's Rosy Rosewood. I wanted to stick to cooler tones. I was between this and MAC's Desert Rose, but this one is a newer one, so I kind of want to try this out more. But it's a baked blush, and this color is gorgeous. But I'm going to use the other end of this brush. I haven't tried very many baked blushes, but I saw great reviews for this one and the Milano one. But look how massive this is. Like, here's my hand. This is gonna last me forever. And there's just a lot of stuff about Essence. Like, they just make such fantastic products. Like, the Essence bronzer is actually like my favorite drugstore one. But I saw so many people saving like little bits of like Essence blushes for their wedding day. And I'm like, that's pretty serious. So, I mean, look. And I got this on sale for like $3. Like, I love my high-end bronzers. I love my high-end blushes and everything. But sometimes a $3 blush is going to do it. Because these and the Wet n Wild ones, I love. But I really want to pick up more shades. But I don't think shade range-wise, they have a great collection. But, I mean, this shade alone, I think this is really the only one that I wanted from the Ulta that I went to. But I love that. This one is like a perfect glow from within highlighter. There was one from MAC that a lot of people would recommend, but it was honestly too glowy for me. So this one is from Essence. It's a pure nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. Gorgeous. I'm just gonna use the other side right here. And someone compared this to Hourglass and use this more like a finishing powder. So I'm gonna use it like a finishing powder right under my eyes, kind of up here, and see, it just brings such like an effortless glow. This is what I wanted. And I can, like, if I want even more of a highlight, I can just use my finger or like a more dense brush and just apply it where I want it, like on my nose right here, get that nice glow. But I have been in love with this product. But I think that's more because of the way I use it. How gorgeous. Cupid's bow right here. See, no blinding like highlight line here. It's just so pretty. I'm super excited about today's eyeshadow palettes because I got two from Viseart and I'm gonna do one today and then one for like my next video. So I'm gonna go with this one today. This one is the Praline Étendu, I don't know how to say it, Viseart palette. It's, I mean, stunning. I'm showing you the packaging. Okay, this one I haven't touched it yet. I actually took this on the trip with me thinking I was gonna have time to do like a full glam look, but honestly it just didn't end up happening. And I wanted to give like a really nice shot for like when I filmed this and try it out, but look how gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh. And I know Viseart, like I've only tried a couple of their palettes, but Viseart palettes are just like creme de la creme. Like when it comes to quality, especially with their matte shades, they're insane. They are so beautiful and I'm super excited just to dive into it. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in real quick. Okay, I'm gonna start off with my brows. I'm using the Absolute New York Super Slim Brow Pencil in Smoke. This one I absolutely love. And then something that's similar is Morphe. because I know this one is hard to find, but in the Morphe one, I use the shade Java. But I'm filling in basically my sparse areas, which is like the front right here, and then right at my arch, like this. I'll just kind of blend everything out. Remember, sisters, not twins. Do you guys remember that? Like a long time ago from Michelle Phan. Those were the days. I'm trying to do like my videos kind of like an old, like 2016, like 2012, 16-ish, like YouTube tutorials. I feel like that was the best. Like I used to love watching Juicy Star 07 and oh my gosh, there's so many like fantastic like creators I used to watch. And they don't upload anymore, which kind of makes me sad. And then I realized some of the tutorials that I used to love are gone. I'm using a Wet n Wild brow gel. I'm not going to show you because it looks disgusting, but this is just going to hold my hairs in place, not really like laminate them or hold them down. But this is just like, because sometimes my brow hairs just start pointing in different directions. But this will just kind of make sure that it doesn't look crazy. But I noticed one of my favorite tutorials from Michelle Phan back in the day was Aurora Eyes. It's gone. I can't find it. If someone wants to find that video for me and let me know, please do, because I did a look that just kind of gave me that same vibe and I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it. So I don't know why it got deleted. Maybe it was a copyright thing, who knows. But I'm going to, okay, I need to talk about these two brushes. I have been using these non-stop for a while. I took these on the trip with me, and if you want to see what I took on the trip with me, I have a video posted on like what's in my travel makeup bag, and I took these two brushes, but I only used this the entire time. I did like simpler looks, but this is really all I needed. This is from Sephora, and this one is just called Shadow. I mean, it's like it has enough fluff to blend, but because it's like a flatter shape, it's really nice to lay shadows down. And then the other one I took, this one just has crease. Yeah, nice blending brush, but I've really been enjoying these two brushes. So, okay, now I can finally jump into the palette. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use, okay, I'm gonna try to reference the shade names here since I have it. Okay, I'm gonna use the shade Mousseline, I believe, right here, and start building up my crease. I'm gonna go with the light hand because these are pretty pigmented. I'm gonna use the one that says Shadow on it and just start warming up my crease. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. I'm gonna use this more to lay on the color, and I'll use the other brush to blend, because you can blend with this, it's just going to take longer. But the shadow looks I was doing on the trip, I didn't really need to do anything crazy, but I have that tutorial uploading as well, if not already uploaded. But just taking my brush and blending this out, and see, look, it blends like literal butter. So gorgeous. Yeah, Viseart palettes, they're so nice, and they're like professional palettes. So if you're looking for something very high quality, like guaranteed, this is it. Because I know with like Pat McGrath, there are a lot of shadows that like sometimes the mattes can feel a little dry. I have experienced a couple of them that felt a little bit dry on me, and then now people like don't really like the fact that there's none of those special baked shadows. And I get that. For me, I still love her shimmer shadows enough to not really worry about that. But when it comes to these palettes, like these are all guaranteed fantastic quality, at least from my perspective and from the ones I have tried, which is, I think I have like 6 or 7 palettes. I need to pull these out more. But look at that blend. Oh, so pretty. And this honestly can kind of go for like, if you look at the color scheme, it almost looks like a bridal palette. I have my 3rd doctor's appointment coming up, and hopefully I'll be all good, set and clear. That's why I haven't been able to upload, especially on my social media as much, because I can't be staring at my phone. So here I am just recording on it, and I'm trying to limit my phone use, but that's kind of hard for someone that This is like my me time, my free time stuff to do. Okay, that made no sense. I need to stop blabbering. Okay, but I have that kind of going. I'm going to use the first brush again and use that same shade to kind of get a little bit of dimension on my lower lash line going as well. Okay, now I'm going to take this shade right here. This one's called Veloutine. I don't know. Using that same crease. What is this again? Oh my gosh. Shadow brush. Okay, we're just gonna ignore the names. And I'm just gonna pick it up on like one side of the brush and put some on my outer corner and just deepen that up. And these just kind of, see how this just melts right into one another? So pretty. And when you look at Viseart palettes, they're all so like well structured together. Like they're all gonna work really well. You can honestly like randomly pick like 3 or 4 shadows and they'll work out somehow. I'm gonna take a little bit on my inner corner as well and just sweep those two together. And for someone that's really, really high contrast, when I see like eyeshadow palettes that don't have like a deep brown or a black, it is like, I'm usually not too sure if I should try those out. But this one has like a nice rich brown, and these are true to color ones because a lot of times it'll look darker in the pan and you put on your eyes and it looks ashy. You don't get that with Viseart. Viseart palettes, like these are very, very, these are very rich shades. So I'm a huge fan of these. But I'm doing the same with my other eye and blending everything in. I'm also smoking this along the bottom lash line and making sure to get this area right here so I don't have any like weird gaps. Just with my eye shape, I always have to kind of fill this area in. I think I want a little bit more warmth and blend in my crease. So I'm going to use the shade, I don't even know, I'm not even trying to pronounce it, but this matte shade right here on my fluffy brush. Let's kind of blend this in right here. It's just gonna create like a softer blend. Wow, so gorgeous. Oh. This one I am noticing more kickback, just a heads up, but that is totally fine. It's not that bad. But I think these are pressed powder ones. Is it? I cannot tell. I'll have to look into it. But this, it's like, it's so rich in pigment. That's why I feel like this might be a pressed powder palette. But you're not getting that much fallout or kickback, which is really, really nice. Wow. Oh, I just love the blend on here. I'm gonna use a little bit of the crease shade. Make sure everything looks even. Awesome. In this palette, this shade is just staring me dead in the eye. This one right here. So I'm gonna take, I don't know if I wanna use my finger. I'm gonna use a brush, just a nice flat brush. Ooh, it has like that, that like softer, like wet feeling texture. So let's see how this applies. I probably should have used a more dense. Ooh. Okay, I'm going in with a denser brush. I'm wiping this off real quick. And going in with that shade, it's a creamier texture. So I want to use something a little bit more dense and fine. Oh my gosh, yeah. This will work well with a brush. That's for sure. Wow, that's so pretty. I love when shimmer shadows have this texture. It just stays on super well, and I don't find that this creases often. So, oh my gosh, just all over the lid. I don't know if the camera is picking up how that shimmers. Sorry, there's birds outside that just caught my attention. But oh gosh, this is such a gorgeous color. So this will probably apply better with your finger. Like if you want like a even higher impact shimmer. But I like the way this is. Maybe for tomorrow's look, if this is shadow that has like a similar texture, I use my finger, but look. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna use a lighter shade just to put right here in the center of my lid. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one right here. This one is Follies. And yeah, this is a different texture. It's like just like a more true shimmer, but I'm just gonna pat it right in the center of my lid just to make them pop. but it's not really taking away from the shimmer underneath, which is nice. But this one is like still a softer formula. Just I think Viseart palette, eyeshadow palettes, shimmers, or just in general, Viseart eyeshadow palettes are a little bit softer in the formula, so you do get a lot of pigment and a lot of like nice lay down. Like if you swatch it on your hand, it's gonna stay nice and creamy. It's gonna really carry through. I don't know what the word is for that, but I'll figure it out. That's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and I'll be right back. So I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio on my gel pencil in the shade 10 Pitch Black. And I'm just doing like a soft line. I'm not like smudging it out or anything or doing like a harsh line, but I am taking my like flat brush and just kind of winging out the end. I am going to be putting false lashes on, so I don't want anything too harsh, and I just typically like a softer eyeliner look on me, but that's just what I'm doing for today's look. I also put some liner in my waterline. Gotta make sure everything looks nice and cohesive. But I am putting on my false lashes today. During the trip, I had like my lash extensions that I just do at home. They usually like last about a week, maybe a week and a half for me, but I have some remover and I took it off. But I don't see any like hair coming out. I think I'm fine. I usually do that for just like trips or like weeks that I plan on dressing up a lot and I just want to keep things simple. But I am back to using just my strip lashes and my lash glue. This is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. This one is just like my favorite. The duo ones are good too, but this is the one that I just use more often. And I ran out of one of my duo ones and then I bought a new one, like a different one, but like still a new one. And it was completely dried out. So that kind of upset me and I didn't feel like returning, so I just threw it out. So yeah, here I am. I'm just gonna stick to my Kiss lash glue because it just takes one product like that just to really ruin it. So waiting for these to get tacky and then I'll be right back. Here's to show you guys, here's with lashes and without lashes. I did put some mascara on just because I had a lot of eyeshadow on my lashes and it was really graying them out, but really makes a big difference. Yeah, lashes just really change the whole look. And these lashes are actually from the beauty supply store. I can put them in the description, like the specific ones, because I threw out the packaging as per always, but I always list everything in the description, like shade names included. But if I forget anything, just let me know in the comments, because every once in a while I will leave out a product or two. But these lashes are so nice and they're super affordable. I think they were literally like $3 or $4. Stunning. I will never pay more than $5 for lashes at this point because look, I do want just a little bit more drama, so I'm using that deep matte shade and adding this into my crease just a little bit at a time. And I don't want to over blend because I don't want to mix in the colors too much, but just kind of applying it right where I want it. Try not to mess with the shimmers right here. But I just love extra drama. And when you add lashes, it kind of can sometimes take away from your eyeshadow. So you can just add a little bit more after you apply your lashes and it's totally fine. There, I'm gonna use this brush to blend this out. Yeah, because lashes, they take up like, you know, it's kind of covering up some of my eyelid space. So you can bring the shadows up more. Just make sure everything blends out well. Yeah, oh, that's so gorgeous, if I do say so myself. Okay, the eyes look fantastic. I'm looking at my face right now, and I think base-wise I look good. I kind of like the amount of glow I have on. Maybe just a touch more blush. Yes. I mean, it's been sitting on my hand. It's just gonna sit there anyways, but I do think I want to use the same color on my lips as well. But I use like a cooler tone brown for my lip liner. What do you guys think? Yeah, like you can answer right now. I was trying to find like the right shade and it's just like, finally got one. I don't even know which one this is on my hand anymore, but I'm going to use Morphe's lip pencil in the shade Sugar Pie. I've really been liking these. These unfortunately aren't long wear, but it's still a really nice lip liner. Go ahead and line this. Yeah, that's perfect. So gorgeous. Morphe has really pretty brown shades. I think I picked like all of them up. But I already lost 2. One I lost beforehand, but another one I took on the trip and it's gone. And I don't even know what shade it was. So I can't even buy it again because when I did the Ulta pick order, I didn't make an account. I just did on a guess thing and I just, dumb. That was so dumb. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap this in the middle of my lips because I don't want it to turn too pink. Honestly, that's enough. That's so pretty. I like it. But this is, again, the Pat McGrath Matte Trance Lipstick in 1995. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, the hair is a little messy. I'm not gonna lie. But this face, see, I was just gonna sit in all day. I probably am gonna sit in all day, but this makeup, it just looks so pretty. I really do like this makeup. But I'm really enjoying sitting inside, so I'm probably just gonna continue doing that here. But yeah, I mean, this was just a lot of my favorite products. I did try a couple new products out. The loose setting powder from Wet n Wild. Pretty amazed. I feel like this is different. I feel like I would have had a better reaction to the other one. So I guess this is different from the other one. I'll do like a side-by-side comparison or something because I really thought this was going to be similar to the one I had been using in the past. And if you don't know, if you're new here, I've been using a Wet n Wild translucent powder, or like a setting powder that came from like a holiday, like a limited edition set. I thought it was gonna be like, it was a nice matte one. It said it was translucent. So I thought it was gonna be very similar to this, but I don't know. I don't know why I feel like this is different. Maybe it's just in my head. Maybe it's a concussion, who knows? But I really do love this. And this being like $6, that's a fantastic price. Like, this I kind of prefer over like a lot of my higher end ones. I don't know, I'll have to keep testing this out and let you know my final thoughts, but just on first thoughts, I mean, it looks flawless and set. So we'll see how this feels. And as of right now, I'm not feeling any dryness around my eyes or honestly anywhere. Like, because the Morphe one that I had been testing, I do feel dry, but right now I don't feel dry. So far, so good. But yeah, this Viseart palette, so beautiful. This one, again, is the Praline Étendu. I don't know. But really gorgeous. I love like my neutral, cool palettes. This one is more like a true and neutral, like a little warmer leaning palette. And it's just so gorgeous. Like, the quality on these is insane. And if you want to depot any of these are like for makeup artists. So like, they have little notches in here. You can stick a spatula or something in here and these pop out. They're magnetic. They're so nice. You can mix and match a lot of these shades. These ones are like the full size one. I have a lot of the mini palettes from them as well, but they are all such fantastic quality. Like you guys saw, the mattes just melt into one another. The shimmers, I mean, so pretty. Like this, so stunning. But I am so happy that I was able to try this out, and I'm even more excited to try the other eyeshadow palette. So stay tuned for that tutorial. That'll be the next tutorial I do with the other palette. But you guys let me know your thoughts. I feel like this makeup ate. I just, you know, when your favorite products just kind of like work together, and it's just like the new ones you try just work so beautifully. It just makes me so happy. I might even consider going out. Probably not. I'm really tired. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and follow me on my socials, TikTok and Instagram. I post on there more often. I haven't been posting it because I haven't been able to edit my short form content, but I will be back on it soon, if not already. But stay tuned there. I do upload more there than on YouTube. Like, I upload there multiple times a day, every day. So if you like to see my face, there'll be more of that on those platforms. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.